Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Well, next week is the season finale of Love During Lockup. And the previews for the next season of Love After Lockup. Hmm. Who are these other two new couples? What? Who are they? And then we'll have Savannah and Bradley again. I am just not interested in them at all. There's a content creator that I follow, and one season it was somebody, I think Melissa and Louie. She can't stand Melissa so much, she don't even cover them. She'll just say Melissa and Louie, and she'll just sit there and then she go to the next couple. That's how I feel about Savannah. Bradley, eh, but Savannah, I don't know. And I think it's the house that she lives in that just bothers my soul. But anyway, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I review your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and try not to get a headache and get into another episode of Love During Lockup. This is season 5, episode 57. And you know this should be season 20, episode 7. Why are they keeping the season going? Where have you heard in your whole lifespan that one show had this many episodes? Okay, enough of that. Hunter's choice. Child, it's Kate's choice, child. Hunter ain't had no choice in this, but he's just doing the work of the pimp. Do we like the title of this episode? Who cares? Besties, what do you rate this week's episode? Um, I like the fact that Tia got her back blown out. Oh, finally. I'm glad that Hunter finally said something to, was honest because, we're wrapping up, so he had to. Uh, Savannah, oh, you'll be covering up that tattoo soon, honey. And that old Kate, oh, no, MJ. Ooh, MJ. We finally got to meet Ami. So over here in Tyler, Texas. So wait a minute, besties. Crazy Crystal, she acts like Sam the sucker can come to her parole hearing. What exactly did she want him to do? I'm confused. If that was the day of her hearing, she wouldn't be able to accept a visit. Or was the visit a day or so before the hearing? No, it wasn't. So there are some cracks in their story, and they need to tighten up. I don't know if production just don't have no experience with dealing with people in jail. They need to do their research. They need to ask somebody. In the black community, we don't have a problem with that. Not all of us, but I'm just saying. We just, girl, I don't even think that's possible. It's just holes and there's just cracks in their story. Um, so she acted like it's like she just cannot. This is it. It's just she is so selfish. And I like what he said about being a grief mop. He's like, I'm a grief mop for her, a grief mop for her grandmother. Like, I don't get, like he said last week, they don't see the good in him. They are wearing him out. But it's like, Sam, you chose to be a sucker. You chose every bit of this. No one forced you. You're choosing this. You chose to go on a website to look for something. You found it. You chose to pick her. You did it. You chose to go visit. You chose to marry her. You chose to move to Texas. You chose to be a caregiver for her grandmother. You chose all of this. And I mean, you have a right to change your mind because, baby, we are watching Sam change his mind. Oh, snap, y'all. So a week or so ago, I was wondering when I was doing a review or getting ready to, I was like, I wonder what happened to Joey and Michael. Child, they gonna be on Love After Lockup. We get to see that he come out, and we don't know if that's really him, because remember, Michael looks, he has a whole bunch of different looks. He cut that hair or shave that mustache, he looks like a whole different person. So I can't wait to see that. So, here go Crystal. She feels that he shouldn't have worked that 24-hour shift. Last week it was 24 hours, this week is 30. Which one is it? Tomorrow it's going to be 37 hours. She feels he should have taken off. She don't give a F about his job, her pantry items. She don't care about her tampons, her pads. She don't care about her Motrin, her Pop-Tarts, her cereal, nothing. She feels like, honey, she is important. She is it, and whatever she say goes, and how dare he cancel the visit? How dare you go to work? He trying to tell her, baby, I have to work for our family. How do you think this works? These telephone calls, gas to get up to your place. She act like she live around the corner. Boo boo, you are 3 hours away. To come see you is 6 hours in travel and a 2-hour visit. Baby, that's all day. So if he can't make it, he can't make it. At least he's answering the phone. You get mad when he don't come and don't answer the phone. What I know, and what I do know, if I was to date someone in prison, what you gonna be is nice. You ain't got there will be no other attitude you can have with me. If you're gonna thug through all this drama, the least you can be is nice and not be a liar. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so she just So he tells her, but you need to be there for me sometimes too. She like, what you talking about? I call you every chance I get. I say things to you to turn you on that are uncomfortable to me. Why? Because you're a lesbian? Oh, you see her attitude is changing because Brittany is back. I wonder, do they cover this next week? Yeah, Grandma said Brittany is back. Uh-huh. But maybe she don't know that. Well, no, because I'm sure she told the grandma. So yeah, what do you mean you uncomfortable? You uncomfortable turning your husband on? And I still would like to know, why don't they get conjugal visits? She's not in there for unaliving anybody. She don't have a life on her sentence. Why are they not getting conjugal visits? Okay, you would get better out of Sam if you was able to lay with him. Okay. So she don't give a dang about work, job, having much. She just do not care. She is such a spoiled brat. And so she don't care because he ain't even apologizing to her. She wants an apology. And he's like, So she tells him to have a nice life and she hangs up. Spoiled brat. Sam, you did it to yourself, hon. So over in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Phoenix, we got Kate, Hunter, and Kaylee. So after Kate's visit with the attorney, he told his advice was to tell him to stop fooling with the girl, like cut everybody off. But she's been telling him that anyway. So she tells him, the attorney said that, yeah, you need to stop all contact with the women. And I'm like, is that what he said? Or did he say, you are scamming and frauding these women? And they can counter sue you or sue you if you try to, what was she trying to do? Anyway, so she's telling him, yeah, you got to cut everybody off. And, so then, because it is considered fraud and scamming. So he calls her and she's at the park with one of her black friends and they're about to do yoga in the park and there's ants in the grass and blah, blah, blah. Now, Hunter gives her a call. When he calls, it's sunny outside. By the time they got off that call, child, it was dark. I'm like, how long did it take for this scene to film? Like, what happened? Why did it take so long? It just makes you wonder what goes on behind the scene. Why was it dark when they left that park after one phone call? So he's telling her, he told her about Kaylee, like, yeah, I cut everybody off except for one. This one, I kind of took a liking to her. She visits me. And it's like, I guess Kate doesn't visit him. And why doesn't she visit him? She don't have no job. A yoga instructor. Kate, I mean, I'm sorry, girl, but I don't know what it is, why you don't have a job, but you need to get a job. I don't know why are you not working? A yoga instructor, that's a side hustle. So he also tells her, in the visits, he gets hand jobs. And that's why he got reprimanded and all this and all that. And Kate is going off. She was like, oh, well, you seem to be very comfortable there. Why don't you stay? Seems like it's a little summer camp, with all your visits and all that, and all your, and you got people touching all on you. You're my man. This is my relationship too. Child. She mad. She calls him an idiot. She is like, I can't believe you even saying all this on a recorded line. Like, you can get in trouble. You can get in more trouble. And he like, how so? And she like, oh my God. So she said, I think he needs to be uncomfortable for a while. Like, you need to grow up and become a man and just fend for yourself. You just being taken care of and you just having the time of your life. So what are you doing now, Kate? You're reneging and you're regretting your idea for him to become, a ladies' man. You didn't think for one moment that he would be attracted to someone else. You didn't think that he would go down the rabbit hole. Like, what do you think? You didn't think it was going to be a connection and he was going to possibly like someone else? I can't believe you didn't think about that. Okay. She says, honey, she wants revenge. She is going to get him. She going to make him suffer. She said, I have never heard this phrase before, Bestie. She said, I want my pound of flesh. Your pound of flesh? What does that mean? And I'm about to ask, what does pound of flesh mean? Pound of flesh. Meaning something one is strictly or legally entitled to, but which it is ruthless or inhumane to demand. If you say that someone demands their pound of flesh, you mean they insist on getting something they are entitled to, even though it may cause distress to the person it's demanded from. Oh, so she want her man, and she gonna go through all. She want her man. That's what that means. A pound of flesh, honey. So, and she wants her get back from just all this. But it's like, Kate, this is your get back. You got to take the L on this one, girl. So, over in Phoenix, Arizona, Honey Buns calls Kaylee. Honey Buns. Did y'all see her phone? That's how she has Hunter saved in her phone. I said, I cannot believe this woman got the jail phone number saved. Girl, call that jail. But anyway, Honey Buns calls Kaylee while she's doing hair. She's doing her friend's hair at her salon. And so she was asking her friend's opinion about, her and Hunter. And it's like, why do you care? You think I'm crazy? Yes, she does. You think I'm doing too much? Yes, you are. So her friend is like, being in a relationship is a risk anyway. But being in this kind of relationship, you're just putting yourself into more risk. It's just more risky. And so that's her opinion. And he calls. And so she's like, oh, hon, I got to talk to you about the visit. I went to see the attorney. And he like, nah. We're going to cut all that off. Stop. You ain't got to do that. We good. Don't worry about that attorney. No, don't go back. Don't call him back. Don't do no retainers. Don't fine $15,000. Don't do it. Don't do it. So he tells her, so, yeah, I got back with my ex and we've gotten closer. What? What? The audacity! You did what? What does this mean? Well, I got to end our relationship. What about my money? What about all the things that I've done? What about the attorney? Oh, you, no, Arthur, no. Well, you're a nice person. Ah, what? You betrayed me. I'm a nice person. What about marriage? Then she throws the ring across the room that she bought. I was defending you to my friends. And her friend says, yeah, because we was looking out for you. Oh, and all this. And so he's like, are you choosing someone else? And he's like, yep. And he don't say nothing else. Yep. Then she has to remember that the cameras are there. And she walks out of her salon suite. Oh no, I gotta go. I gotta get some air. Oh no, this can't be happening. And her friend is like, Kaylee, come back. Kaylee. And then the homeboy next, what happened? Oh, he broke up with her. He got another. Oh no. Well, he knew that was coming. He knew that was coming. So that was that on that. Child gotta go on out here to Virginia. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I don't know. Is there a way I can review this couple without talking about Savannah? Can I just talk about Bradley? Savannah irks my soul. She just does. So anyway, Savannah's friend spends the night with her. They're in her bed. They wake up. She got her dog in the middle. What is wrong with his eyes? I don't like that dog's eyes. They're spooky. I don't like them. So she gets up, they get up, they head on over to the tattoo parlor. She brings her laptop. She tells the tattoo artist she has to set up her laptop because her dude getting ready to call from jail and she's getting his name tatted and she wants him to see. And it's like, okay, here's the Wi-Fi password, girl. So he does a video call, and he is shocked that she is really getting his name tatted on her when he told her not to, because it's a bad omen. She wants him to want her to get his name, but he's not interested. He said what he said. He don't want her to get his name tattooed. And her brattiness is irritating me and Bradley. He is just over it. I don't know. He wonders, why am I don't know. It got to be something about it because he did say, I'm trying to support you as a significant other. But he's just so emotionally not there. So he says, if he say anything to her, she gonna make it difficult. So he's over it. He's not gonna buy into this. He don't even care. So he does give in though after he said he wasn't, but he says, what do you want? You want my permission for you to get it? Go ahead and get it. Do what you gotta do. Just do it. But I want you to want it. Oh my God. And he's just he's just over it. And she just like she just doesn't know why he don't want to put her name on him because to her it solidifies their relationship. He's not putting her name on him. He says then in his confessional he says that Savannah is not his soulmate. This is like his third serious relationship. He thought the first relationship was soulmate. It wasn't. He had a second one that wasn't. So he knows that relationships do come to an end. And so he is afraid that this one will go south also. Well, your sister said it was. Was she correct, Bradley? So the next scene, we meet her grandmother, Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Whew. And Savannah talks greatly of her grandmother. Her grandmother was raised in the trailer park, and she came out of the trailer park, child. She went to college, and that's where she met her mom's father. She went to college, and then that didn't work out. Then she got a job with the state, and she married her second husband. And then I think that's where the all the stuff, the do wronging that the husband did. I think that's where she learned all the do wronging. I think he was an alcoholic, but he had money, and so they sold. What did they sell? some kind of security something to somebody, and that's how they got their jackpot, and that's how she got this house that she's in. So she seems very humble. She's older now, so she just sitting there enjoying, her granddaughter. And so they talk about her and how the grandmother talks about Savannah and Savannah's mom on their problems with the the D plus rugs, their addiction to the D plus rugs. And so she tells her that, you can change your mind about him whenever, because Bradley's getting out the next day. So grandma's like, you can change your mind, because, grandma know that this, all this old rehab and going to, that stuff don't work. People, she said, I've known people that go to rehab with your mom for they did a whole 12-month step and relapsed. So he was coming home the next day. So Savannah's asking, well, can he spend the night sometimes? Because he's going to go live with somebody and some family member. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, I won't mind that. Then Savannah going to ask her, well, can he have a key? A key to my house? Absolutely not. She was like, I didn't even give a key to Savannah. No, ma'am, no ham, no Sam. So she even talked about all the woes she went through with Savannah when she was in the streets. She said she would bring her the people who like the illegal substances. She would bring those people around, and they just, Savannah was a whole different person. So absolutely not. Like, we cool now, but I ain't forgot about your past, honey. And don't forget, Bradley was her dealer. So girl, please, we got to make sure y'all over that. Because why are y'all staying connected? That's the thing. Why are you staying connected to Bradley, Savannah? Uh-huh. Whew. So we're going to go on over here to New York. Now, this I just don't get. Tia and Robert, it's been 5 hours since he's been home. The family clearly went back to their room or whatever. So he decides his homeboy is still there. So they trying to take a walk, around the block, chit chat, catch up, go get some woo woo, whatever they're doing. So he heads out. She's just, where you going? Why are you leaving? Where you going? We supposed to be together. Like, girl, calm down. So he goes out with the homie. She calls him. Now, production did not tell us how long it had been since he had been gone for her to call him. So she's being overly possessive. She's like, where are you at? You supposed to came back by now. I'm with the homie. What you doing? Well, we were supposed to lay up. He can't even walk around the corner without this girl getting mad. So my thing with Tia is, you need to learn how to talk to your man. Like, you don't talk lovingly to him. You don't talk to him like to get results. You know what I'm saying? You talk to him to start an argument and a fight. You got to learn how to do things with honey and not vinegar, Tia. You need to learn that. And you're in your 30s, so you're not that young. I mean, you seem like you would be old enough to know, like, if you want him to come back, you need to be speaking sweetly to him. Tell him that the kitty cat is calling and she wants some rubbing, or say something to make him go, oh, okay, and want to come back to you and lay it down. But all that fighting and like, girl, you're pushing him away, and you're not even sharing him. This is the first day. Didn't I tell you last week you had the night for him? Let him hang out with the family. Let him get all that in. They gonna go home, duh, and then you'll have the nighttime. But honey, she just like, I don't even understand. Like, if your point was to lay up, you should have had the family. You should have told him that he was getting out the next day, God, or something. Goodness gracious, you just looking dumb. And what I don't like is that the cousin is not even checking her. Like, y'all favorite cousins, you can say, hey, Tia, you need to chill. Like, you kind of looking crazy, a little possessive. Like, calm down. It's all good. He's here. You're getting to know his family. Like, stop worrying about your cootie cat. Okay? Just chill out. You're going to get some. Let it build up. It would be a good build up. You know how he talking to his dad and his brothers are taking pictures, and you know how you over in the corner, you kind of look at him like, he looking at you like, you know, let it build up. Have some little foreplay while you hanging out with the family. You know, when you walk to the kitchen, you know, brush by him or he'll touch you, you know, just like you could have, girl, you don't even know what you're doing. And I cannot believe Tia packed that moo up and actually brought it. Girl, I got years on Tia, okay? I'm old enough to be her mother, okay? I don't even have a moo. I don't even have a moo yet. I'm not there yet. This girl, 30 some years old, and that's the same moo she was out there throwing the phone out in the backyard with. Girl, you ain't, how is you trying to turn this man on? He don't want to, girl, why? Why do you have that? Why did you bring it? You wear that after you get him, after marriage. You should still be in some cute lingerie, half naked. If it was me, production would have had to blur me out, honey, because I'd have been bucket naked in the nude. Like, Tia, you ain't even want him to want you. Because I'm like, ugh. You didn't, first of all, you got that Ross $13.99 dress on. Oh, and it's cute, but I think she should have zhuzhed it up some more for Rob. Like, you already a big girl. He's, you know, he can get anybody. You know, you gotta make it look good. It's already big. Make the big package look good. Y'all, besties, did y'all see when he was laying down on the bed? Did y'all see the little lump? Did y'all see the bump in the road? Did you see the third leg? Did y'all see it? Did you see it? I was like, wait a minute, what? I had to point it out because I was not expecting that on my TV. Okay, back to this. Where does girl go? Okay, so she feels, so he comes back to the hotel room. He like, you all right? He tell him like, well, stop talking to me. Don't use that tone with me. So she listened to him, and so she was like, I just feel like you brushing me off. You know, you laughing in my face. I'm trying to talk to you, and you on the phone while I'm fussing. Well, yeah, stop fussing. So he apologizes, and honey, he tear that out. He tear that out. Throw it out. Toe it up. Next time we see her, she says she can't walk. Her cuckoo hurt. She can't walk. It hurts. She needs a wheelchair. Aha! Now he can go out inside. Now he can go outside and play with his friends. So the next morning, he's up. He goes downstairs, gets breakfast, got coffee. He comes back up. At least he brought her some food. I saw that. I caught that, Rob. That was good. And so he's headed out with his sister to go meet his PO because it's about that time. He got to get to that PO office, got to be on time. He rushing, he a little nervous because he don't want to be late. So in the car on the way up, you know, he's talking about this living in Brooklyn, and he got her, Tia, in Staten Island. And it's like, oh, you know, wow. His sister like, why don't you just move in with Tia? And it's like Tia already told Rob that she wanted to like take her time with that because of her daughter. Did she tell us that or did she tell him that? Okay, maybe she told that to us. So he calls and you know with the bright idea, and Tia is not ready for that. She like, yeah, but not now. And it was something about her facial expression that made me I got a rise out of that. Like, why was she looking like I took it two ways. She was looking like she's so sprung off him. Maybe she was still in pain, so she was still hurting, and that was her. She could barely move face, or there's something going on at that household that she ain't said nothing about. That's how I took two different ways. That's how I could see that expression she had on her face when she told him, like, no. It looked like she was waiting on him to say something to hurt her feelings. I don't know. So he's concerned about it. He's like, is she cold feet? She want me all to herself. It's like, we don't know. Shoot. We don't know. She said she got issues, Rob, child. But what I heard, child, you know what? What I heard, honey, child, I've heard two things about this relationship. I heard that they're over. He was cheating. Duh. He was cheating. He been in 10 years. He gonna cheat. But I just hate that they always want to jump into a relationship with a woman. Can you just be friends, or can you just be single and just, we know, like, can you just even say it? Hey, I would like to be your man. Well, let's be cool. Let's just date and get to know one another. Because when I get out, Tia, for real, girl, I'm finna run amok. I'm finna run through some things. It's been too long, and it should be understood, or you just move on to someone who would understand that. But I just think that jail talk gets these girls all full of just love, and it's me and you and me and you and me and you, because it's a secluded relationship. And then when people come around, it's like, where was they at? They wasn't there when I was coming to visit. They ain't putting no money on your butt. You know, that is true, but two things can be true at the same time. He has loved ones and he still has friends. And just because they can't roll, do all that, that don't mean that they don't love him and support him and want to, keep it moving with him now that he's out. And that ain't your business. Those are his relationships, right? Yes. So I heard that they're not even together in real time. He cheated. Then, child, I heard that someone who was staying in the hotel across from them heard them fighting in the hallway. Had a picture of Rob in production. He had on that white. He had that white on. So they said that night. It happened that night. So I don't know, y'all. And I'm sitting here like, okay, it's the next day, Rob. You still got the same clothes on, huh? Tia, you didn't buy Rob any clothes? Because those are the clothes he came out of jail in. And the next day when he went to the PO, he had those same clothes on. He didn't want to change. Okay. So let's go on over here to Utah. I don't know if we in Salt Lake City, Park City, or somewhere else, but we in Utah. MJ, Willie, and Ami. So MJ, she's getting ready. She's packing up. She's been in Utah for a few days. Saw her mom. She's heading back to San Francisco. What up, Bay Area? And Ami comes over. How he know where you stay, MJ? But she said she wanted to talk to him. So he comes over. We see him. Hey, Ami. He misses her. He tells her, he wants his wife back. So what she says is, this is what he does. He fills her head up. He talk all that mess because it gets to her. It usually works because they have this chemistry. But she's like, nope, not this time. She wants to talk to him. She wants to reason with him so that they can have an understanding so she can be free. And it's like, I don't know why you need his approval to leave him alone. Huh? You usually make it up in your mind to move on. Forget what your family say. You are in a whole relationship. And the whole thing about it is Willie is coming home in 4 weeks. And it seemed like he came, wasn't it 4 weeks when he first got on the show? Why is it not 3 weeks? Why is it not 2 weeks by now? It's been 4 weeks the whole time this show been on. Update the weeks, production. So for some reason, she want to talk to him, and she's dealing with Ami like they have children, because it's like, let me talk to him, my kid's father, so we can have this co-parent thing. So like, why are we still dealing with Ami? Why is he still connected to the family? Because when you divorce, the whole family needs to divorce Ami, okay? I don't want to hear this. He in the family forever. That's my guy. Okay, that's your relationship. Has nothing to do with me. So she invites him over. Well, at least MJ didn't let him come in because she knew it would have been going on. It would have been pound town if she'd have let him in. So they sit outside as she called her Uber. They're going to be 6 minutes or less. So she's timing the time with him. So he talking all this, oh, I love you. He talking all that love stuff. So she's like, well, I mean, you're in a relationship. I'm in a relationship. Something about, she asked him something, how do I look or something. Do I look happy? Something. He said, you look miserable. He told her, you look miserable, but you look better now that you see me. This man knows what to say, don't he? So she wants to close their relationship. She's trying to tell him she's trying to be an adult. He don't believe her because it's never happened. And I'm sitting here like, how long have y'all been kicking it after divorce? I just need to know. Has it just been the year? Has it been 2 years since the divorce? Why do he not believe you, girl? So she doesn't know how she feels about him because they have this chemistry. But she knows he's playing games. See, MJ, you are solidifying your trauma and your drama. You just want somebody to nourish you whenever, however you can get it. That's how you want it. That's why he's still around. So the Uber comes. He talking about cancel. She could keep going. She's all, oh, that's me. Yeah, I'll be there. Give me a minute. He like, keep it going. He was like, you want to go eat? She like, no. He was like, I could take you to the airport. Cancel this Uber. She's like, no. She declines his offers and she gets in her Uber and they hug. He hugs her. She don't hug him back. Because remember last week when they was on the phone, she was like, keying, and she looked at the camera like, ooh, I forgot. Y'all saw that. So she's making a very good attempt to, she think we forgot. That's why she wouldn't let him come inside. That's why she wouldn't hug him back. That's why she's talking about her relationship. Because she know we caught her butt on camera keying and ha-ha with him. So I don't know where she was at. Looked like she was somewhere where she films her confessionals. So Willie calls. So I don't know if she's back in San Francisco at the airport. Did the Uber have to pull over for? I don't know where this confession is. So anyway, we see her. Willie calls and he asks her, well, did you see Ami? He is just all about this Utah trip. He was on pins and needles since she got out there. So he goes off on her because she said yes, she saw Ami. You said I know you know what happened last time, and you don't believe. No, I don't believe you. And if you mess up on me, I'm gonna break up. And she hangs up. He calls back. He don't believe she loves him, and he doesn't believe that she doesn't want Ami. So he threatens her, that he gonna stop fooling with her when he get out if he find out she messed with Ami. And he'll be home in 1 month. And that was it. That's the update. Next week is the season finale. And then I believe there's 2 shows coming back. We got Love After Lockup coming. And then we got something about knowing what happened or why the jailbirds went to jail. That's some new show that they're gonna put on us. I saw Michael was in it. Louis is in it. Was that what's her name? Oh, Brittany. Brittany is in it. So they'll be telling their story on how they got arrested. Yeah, okay, we'll watch. We'll watch. But besties, don't forget to like this video, please. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure your notification bell is on. Ding dong. So you'll know each and every time I post my content. And I'll be back with another review. Bye, besties.